Well, good morning. Back on trail, August 6th, Friday, day 18. Got a ride with a nice gentleman named Dan, local from South Lake. And I appreciate it, Dan. He texted me early this morning and was warning me about the smoke. Look behind me. Yesterday here it was 77, beautiful, breezy, and I guess I didn't even realize the winds were coming out of the northwest and blew all the Dixie Fire smoke here, which is like 300 miles north of here. It is the worst I've hiked in. It is complete smoke out. He recommended me staying another day, but I stayed 3 nights and I couldn't afford it. I am wearing my mask and it seems to help. It got in the 40s last night, so wearing my mask hiking right now is not too bad. But got back at Eccles Lake where I got off 3 days ago. And the reason I took an extra day, the Wi-Fi in South Lake is horrible. It took me 3 days to upload to the cloud my videos and photos, and I can't even edit until I do that. It took 3 days. So got back about 7:30 this morning, and of course I have no idea what I'm going to show you except that my face and smoke. But anyway, if there are any views, I will show you. So this section I'm getting ready to hike from Eccles Lake to Sonora Pass is 74 miles. And when I get to Sonora Pass and over, that is the entrance to the Sierras. So there's a resort, Kennedy Meadows North Resort, and it's about 8 miles off the road when you get to Sonora Pass. So I'm having my bear canister and some warmer clothing, new shoes, sent by my friend Tommy, and then Shirley from Redding's going to send me, she's got a couple of my items that I ditched because it was so hot, and she's going to send me a food resupply there. So I should be there in about 6 days, 5.5. And they have a hostel there, so I'm gonna stay there 2 days before I hit the Sierras. Average temps in September are 62 and 41, and I think it's 71 and 41 in August. So I'll be hitting it about the middle of August. But once you get in higher elevation, I mean, I'm gonna go over 13,000 foot peaks or passes, and you're gonna camp above 10,000 feet some, so it can get the teens at night. Weather can just change in a heartbeat. It can snow, but typically if it does, it's gonna melt. If it snows overnight, it'll melt that day. So that's this section, and I'm still sharing the trail with the Tahoe Rim Trail. Not sure for how long, and looking forward to it. view looking back at South Lake Tahoe. Gorgeous. Looks like I'm in a alien pod field. I had mentioned earlier about picking my bear canister up for those that don't backpack. And in the Sierras, it's required to carry a bear canister if you're camping. And it's for your protection and bears' protection, because they don't want bears, unlike the Smokies, coming into campsites looking for food. So if everything's in something that they cannot get, you know, bears typically aren't going to come back. Now they do come into the campsites, but because they do smell food, but they can't get it. And hikers hate these things, of course, because they weigh 2.5 pounds or 2.2 pounds, and they're tall and thin, so they basically take almost half your backpack up. So when you see this backpack in a week, it'll be like probably a foot over my head. That's why I got this backpack. It'll extend to hold the bear barrel or canister. So that's the reason for that. And again, they don't want the bears coming in there, because if they do, if they have a trouble bear, I mean, they'll try to catch it and move it, but if not, they'll have to kill it. And they don't want to do that, because they have brown bear and black bear in the Sierras. So anyway, there's my lesson for the day. Well, taking a quick break. This is the last water for 5 miles. So I went ahead and guzzled a liter and filled up 1.5 liters. Met a young couple doing the TRT, and another girl just came by. She said I asked her trail name. She said, I get a new trail name every trail. She's already she did the PCT 219. She just finished the Colorado Trail. Now she's over here doing the TRT. And then she's going to go do the Oregon Coast Trail and one other one. I never even heard of it. So she's pretty much told me she hikes nonstop. And her last trail name in the Colorado was Big Red. She kind of has auburn colored hair. So anyway, I am about to pack up, and I got a big climb. That was because I don't look at elevation. The young couple told me, yeah, you better grab water over here. You got a big climb coming up. It's pretty steep. So I'd hiked 4 miles already because there's nothing to video. Well, it's about 12 o'clock. I just finally got to the top of this beastly mountain. It wasn't very long. It was just, oh my Lord, it was the steepest climb I've had. It actually had 3 sets of stone stairs built into it. It was all through the rocks. It was pretty cool looking though. I've done about 6 miles. I was making great time, but that mountain slowed me way down. I was probably doing a mile an hour up that thing. And then I got to a water source, and there was a family there from Idaho, and I chatted with them 10 minutes. And so, yeah, I looked at the map. Carson Pass was like 15, 16 miles from where I started, so I'm probably going to hike another, I don't know, depends on water, but 6, 7 at the most. And that sun's going to be in my face. And call it a day. Well, I ran into a TRT guy from the Bay Area, and he was telling me, I should have figured this out anyway, because the temps in South Lake yesterday dropped 10 degrees, and we're going to stay that way for like 3 days. So, which means it's a northerly wind. And so the smoke's going to continue to be blowing in for 3 days. It's gotten worse. I'm heading south, and it's getting worse. But he was actually debating whether to get off trail. Tired of the smoke. He also told me there's a lake coming up, which I knew about. That's where we're going to get water. And he said there's a small pond after that. And if you stick your feet in there, the fish will eat the dirt off your feet. That's what he told me. Well, it's about 2:15. I've gone about 8.5 miles. Decided what I'm going to do. It's a little less than 2 miles to Shower Lake. I'm just going to get water. Then another 1.8 from there is another water source. And then about a half mile or less is some campsites. So that'll be about a 13.5 mile day. If I went to the lake, it'd just be 10 miles. And hell, I'll be there like at 3. Bad news is the smoke is worse. This morning, I think I was telling you, Dan, the guy that brought me, told me it was a 200 or 300 count, index count. And the sun was shining. I mean, you could see the sun. He said, that's a good sign. Well, the sun is no longer shining through the smoke. It's like you're walking in the shade. And I'm having to wear the mask nonstop. Well, I got to the top of the mountain. Here's your view. Beginning to believe California sucks. Well, here is Showers Lake. What you can see of it. There's a big mountain on the other side, but well, it's about 4:30. I stopped about at 4 it was, I think at 4 to get water at that Showers Lake. I actually thought about staying there. Nobody was there. It was just too early, and that was only 10 miles. So I filter my water and go. I walked no more than 200 yards. Here came 20 Boy Scouts. Probably like 16 boys and 4 leaders heading to the lake to camp out for the night. That would have been a disaster. But anyway, of course I'm going uphill. About less than 2 miles is a Truckee River, and I'm gonna pick up some more water there. And then roughly a quarter to a half mile past that is supposedly, somebody wrote it, it's not marked in gut hooks, but in the comments, some guy said there are 4 really good flat spots. Half a mile from some turn off to go to some cabin that's private. Well, here's where the PCT and the Tahoe Rim Trail quit sharing. PCT is that way, Tahoe Trail's that way. And I don't see these camp spots. It said half mile after this junction, and I just went through there and I didn't see nothing. All right, I found some kind of campsite. There's the PCT, and I'm right off of it. I happened to catch, this caught my eye. Somebody had cleared a little spot. Oh, cleared the rocks out. It's rocky as hell in here. So it's kind of, I mean, it's slanted like hell, but it's 6 o'clock and I'm tired. There was a smaller one over here, but whoever did that cowboy camped. And 2 women on horseback actually passed me. Horses are right there. I asked them if they knew of any campsites, and they go, no, I don't know. The hell looks like, unless they're just letting the horses drink and eat. But anyway, here I am. Sobo mile 1,574. And I don't know if it's going to show. There's the sun inversion. It's kind of behind the trees. But anyway, I'm going to finish setting up, eat, call it a night, because look at all this smoke, man. It's going to be settling in here. There's no breeze right now, and it looks like we're kind of low, but we're at 8,300 feet. All right, well, I'll talk with you guys tomorrow, or maybe I'll film the sunset.